So we are leaving Los Arcos this morning. Can't really say that I'm sad about that.
No.
Probably not my favorite town that we've been in.
It's kind of been one of those.
That's pretty though.
You wish you've always wanted to see a bull run.
But then you wish
all the stuff that like.
I wonder if we can go in there.
I don't think you can unless the door is open. Can we go open it?
Yeah, no, I mean you could. Let's just look and see. Okay, we're checking. Yeah, it's a church alarm. So anyway, if you always wanted to see a bull run, what were you saying?
I was just saying, I said you've always wanted to see a bull run, but to have to deal with all the partying all night, the restaurants being completely
Hello.
full.
Want me now? Yeah, it was
The restaurants
wild.
being completely full and not really knowing what to eat.
I'm just saying Los Arcos is not my favorite town.
Yeah,
I'll just leave it at that. It's fine. I mean, nothing bad happened at all. Everybody was nice. It was
we just had really good towns that we've been in so far. And
yeah, everything is
hard to compete with those.
Everything's been very quaint. I wouldn't describe Los Arcos as quaint. But anyway, it's part of the experience and I'm glad we did it. Our room was fine. It was a private room. Very, very loud. But yeah, the bull thing was fun. I mean, it was great. I'm not sad. I mean, I'm glad we did it. I got secondhand smoke disease, but other than that, it was a lot of fun.
Because I think as long as you grow hair under your armpits, I think you're allowed to smoke here. Because there's very young kids smoking.
Yeah.
And they look like they're with their parents too, so it's not like they're just out running.
So anyway, we've got a crazy day today. We left a decent time. Oh crap, I didn't set my watch. As you can see, the sun's coming up back there. We're leaving early this morning because of the heat and the long day that we have. So today's like a 17-mile day. And the guy at the Albergue said that today was going to be hotter than yesterday.
And it's going to be hillier. Very hilly.
I didn't know that. You told me last night it was going to be flat.
No, I said it's going to be flat to a certain point.
Oh,
I
crap.
think this first.
Yeah, you said flatter than yesterday. That was whenever we were eating yesterday. You said it was going to be flat. So, then we're all going to have a tough day. I mean, and it was going to be a longer day, but I thought
think
originally
the Sensol is like straight uphill, and that may be the only thing once you get over it, it's flat. But
so, anyway, it should be interesting today. Long day. The sun's coming up, and we went about 2.5 miles, maybe a little less than that. This is a pretty flat section right now, so personally I'm trying to make as good a time as I can just to beat the heat and beat the sun like every hour that I can be out here. I've not even been on here an hour, but 43 minutes. But every minute, I guess, counts as far as when you're trying to beat the heat and beat the sun. So in this flat section, I'm just kind of head down and still looking around and still enjoying the beauty, but also being mindful of it's gonna get hot and I want to minimize my time out here in the worst part of the day. It does really make a difference getting out early and beating the sun and the heat. I think I've got about a half mile So yeah, about a half mile to our first town for the day. But it started off relatively flat. I was thinking about something yesterday that one of our friends said. So we have a friend that she's hiked the AT. She was a thru hiker, and I think she said 92, 93, 94, in the 90s. And so, like we were like kindred spirits, like getting to talk about the AT stuff makes me excited. And so we had a good long walk together yesterday, and something she said that I think is important and a really good something to consider. I didn't really realize there's so many people out here just walking for like a period of time, as far as like not really planning on walking to Santiago. So to me, in my mind, I just thought, well, everybody's walking to Santiago, but they're not. Her and her brother aren't. They had a certain amount of time, and so that's what they're walking. So what she said that I thought was a good point. We were talking about just trail in general and trail life, and how for probably the majority of the people that are out here, they've never experienced that before. Like this is their first taste of like trail life. And she said, you know, she knew that when she planned it, that since she couldn't do the whole thing, she wanted to start from the beginning, because everybody kind of gets in their little groups or cliques or Camino family, a trail family, whatever you want to call it. And she didn't want to come in like midway through. And everybody already have their little families formed, and then her kind of being left out of the loop or whatever, you know, not finding that because she didn't want to be like odd man. And I completely get that. So that makes sense to me. So if it is something that you're coming to do a portion of, maybe start at the beginning at St. John, because it is very true that the people you meet in the first like 24 hours are really the people that you end up kind of becoming closest with. But that makes sense to me. And I'm not by any means saying that if you come in midway through that nobody's going to like you or you're not going to be friends. But you do tend, we have anyway, noticed that you tend to kind of hang out with the people you meet the first day or two. So I think that's important if that is important to you. If you don't care, that's fine too. And you don't have to have a trail family or a group. For me and Brian, it's a little bit different because we're here together. We're a couple. I'm not by myself. So we have a group that we consider our closer friends. But then we have each other. So I don't have to do stuff with them all the time. And we don't. But it's nice when you see each other and everybody hugs and gets excited, and then you sit and have a meal together or hang out and chat. But I will say that if I had been by myself, I would have wanted that. I would have wanted a closer group of girls that, you know, you can kind of depend on and help each other out and plan a little bit together, and just where you're not 500 miles alone. Unless, of course, like I said, that's what you want. Now, I don't think the Camino is necessarily a trail of solitude. Like, this morning I wanted to just kind of put my head down and rock and roll, because I'm just in that mindset today of let's just crank out some miles early before the sun comes up and gets really hot. That's just me. Hold on. My arm's tired. But it's not a trail of solitude and like being by yourself. And people that have hiked this before have told us, if you think it's crowded now, and it's not a very crowded trail, but it's gonna get crowded. A lot of people come in for that they come in at Saria, like the last 100 kilometers, and hit that. But anyway, it's just a random thought for today. If you're coming to do a portion, I think it would be helpful to do the beginning and just start with everybody and maybe form some of those relationships if that's something that you're looking for. I love the way in the morning the poppies are all facing the sun, like they're waiting for the sun to come up. They're all facing that direction. They just look, I have this love of poppies anyway. I just think they're so cool. Like I remember when I was a little kid watching The Wizard of Oz, and you know, there's the poppy field, and to me it was like, we just don't really have poppies where I live. So the first time I think it was when we were in France, I saw like fields of poppies and was just like enamored by them. And I still just, they like make me smile. I just absolutely love poppies. But anyway, I think that's cool how early in the morning they're all facing one direction waiting on the sun to come up. Good morning. Hope you don't get stepped on. So, I am at 3 miles. 3 miles, and I've done that in 57 minutes. So that makes me happy. For me, that makes me happy. Like, I like to sometimes just put my head down and go. And like I said earlier, it's kind of, today is a little bit because of the sun and heat issue. So it's definitely not what you have to do, and it's definitely not, I know that's not for everybody. Everybody don't want to come out here and grind it out and be like, you're not seeing anything. I don't, for one, I don't grind it out most times, but like I do have enjoyment in, I do find enjoyment in like putting my head down sometimes and just like chugging through it, seeing how fast I can go while looking at things and checking everything out. I'm not like not looking around. Stop and look behind me sometimes to see what I might be missing back there. But for most of this trail, no, I don't do that. But I think if it makes you happy to sometimes grind something out and just like put in max effort, I think that's okay too. I have absolutely no idea what those mountains are, but they big, pretty mountains. This is the first town that you come to from Los Arcos. It was a relatively flat, easy trail. A mini cafe, and they're open. We have some little gatos down there. I think I'm gonna stop and have my second coffee for the day. All right, we'll see you down the road.
Far west.
One of my friends in my cohort was from Paducah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. We're south of Paducah.
And then my nephew played football at Western Kentucky.
Okay.
Wow, that's pretty neat. Look at that right there. Like it was a painting, right?
Uh-huh.
Stupid things.
So we've got about 10 miles till the albergue. We stopped in a little town and they had breakfast, so we got some to go in case there's not anything later. So we have that, which is nice to have the backup. Big mountains. So we've been on trail for 7 days. You got any thoughts? 7 days in, we've been on it for a week.
I don't know. I mean, it's
I definitely think
I've kind of gotten to the fact of waking up in the morning knowing that I'm walking. But I know these last today and tomorrow and possibly the day after that is big days, and so I just know that I get probably not the best shape. But I mean, I guess I have all day to do it, so it's not that big a deal. It's just very hot, but I think everything, all in all, it's been an awesome trip.
See, to me, today's like really nice and cool.
Oh, it is cool.
We got very blessed on the cloud cover today. So we went almost 7.5 miles, and really we haven't had any sun on us, which is helpful. So leaving early before the sun come up really good, and then having this heavy cloud cover has been a lifesaver for today. So we've got, like I said, roughly 10 miles to our albergue. Found food. That's good, especially on a Sunday. So yeah, I mean, do you feel like you're getting more trail legs? Like,
to an extent, I think still, having some effects of the blisters on the feet. It's hard to go downhill without some pain, but I mean, all in all, I think that I wheeled into Los Arcos. I maintained a 3-mile-an-hour pace, so coming in. So yeah, I think I finished strong. I feel like I'm getting a little stronger.
yeah, I definitely feel after a week, but I also think it's easier. The terrain's easier now, so yeah, I definitely think. I'm gonna guess everybody on here, if they've walked this far, we're probably getting close to 100 miles. We need to probably check. I know we've passed 100 kilometers because they are in kilometers, and that was a big, like 100-kilometer sign. We just think in miles, so I guess we'll celebrate at 100 miles. But I mean, I feel like everybody's getting trail legs to an extent, unless they have blisters really bad maybe, or an injury or something like that. My feet feel good. My Achilles, I've been doing the stretches, and my Achilles is better. I mean, it's not completely solved, but it's much, much, much better. Like, I was super freaked out about it. I'm not really worried about it now. I'm just doing those stretches.
Oh, that's really neat.
Oh, look at the shell. Okay, so we're finally coming into Logroño. I'm at 18.27, but I forgot.
I'm at 16, so I don't know. Maybe it's in between a mixture. I don't know.
Anyway, my 18.28, I know part of it is off because I forgot to turn it off when we had like our snack break. When we walked through a church, and I forgot to turn it off through that. So I know mine is off somewhat. So anyway, but we're almost here. This is just, you go through like an industrial area before you get to Logroño.
It gives you a false sense that I'm there.
Yeah, it's like a false summit.
Yeah, it's like horrible because it's like you get there and you're like, oh yeah. And then you go up 2 large hills. And it's a constant bake of the sun to right now. It's been awesome all day. And we got to Vienna. And I guess this last 4.5 miles or something. has been a scorcher.
Yeah, but the majority of the day
It's been awesome.
has been really good and cloudy. We've hiked today. The last part of the day was Sue, and so that was fun. And we had lunch, whatever, in super.
Vienna.
What town was that?
Vienna.
Oh, that's right. Vienna, whatever. That was a very neat town. So if you're not coming as far as Logroño, stay there in that town, the town before. It is nice. I really liked it. Great food, lots of nice people, kind of quaint, but big. I really liked it there. So I'll flip it around and show you our first view. So like I said, you go through a big industrial area and under some bridges and stuff, and then you get your first view of Logroño. It's a big city. Got your grapes over here, grapes over there. So yeah, we're getting close. What are we guessing, a mile?
Yeah.
So,
I guess.
yeah, who knows? Are we in here by ourselves or is there other people? Oh my gosh. All this? Holy cow, I wish we could stay here another night. This is amazing. And Muhammad Ali. Hello. Like, that's crazy. Holy cow. Why are there all these beds? Are you sure this is right? We have all these rooms? Oh my gosh. Wow. We can each have our bedroom. Wow. We're not going to pick the twin beds. This is so cute. Oh, this is amazing. Maybe we should open the window.